Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my peoples. So let's talk about Love and Hip Hop New York. They're back, guys. They are back. So let's get into it. We start off. We at Carl's boxing. Mess or whatever he's practicing. He's boxing. I don't know what he's doing, but basically he's doing a show. And you see Safari is with Sophia the Body, and then Jacquay, he walks in and he is with Cayenne. And so then Snoop is like, oh, since you here for Jacquay, why don't you go and get him? Once you get your man, you say you love him and you want to be with him, then go get him. He's yours, right? And so, Snoop is pushing Sophia the Body to catch that L. And then Safari takes her over there. Like, Sophia the Body got to realize that this show is setting her up to catch them L. She caught the L with Dream Doll throwing that juice on her. And then she caught the L with Mariah showing up at the video shoot with James Orr. And then she caught the L with James Orr disrespecting her and shit like that. So it's just like Sophia the Body is here to catch L's. So Sophia the Body goes over there with Safari. As soon as Sophia the Body seen that Jacquay was there with another girl, which was Cayenne, she should have just aborted mission. She should have just didn't listen to what anybody said, but she let Snoop, producers, and Safari carry her over there to go talk to Jacquay, which was a bad idea. And basically, Sophia the Body, she goes up there. She was like, "I'm sorry. I just want to apologize for everything. And I didn't know you was gonna be here with anybody and all that other good stuff." And then Cayenne was like, "Yo, ain't you the one that Mariah Lynn flipped over the table, flipped over whatever? When Mariah Lynn and Sophia the Body fell over the mattress in the video shoot." And then Cayenne looked at Jacquay and was like, "Ain't that the one you call Dottie?" Sophia the Thotty or whatever. And so then that's when Sophia the Body was like, "Yo, listen, I wasn't a thotty in the relationship." Well, maybe not a thotty, but you was dishonorable, and you could have been proclaimed to be a thotty or somebody that's disloyal by taking that puppy from James R, doing a video with James R. And when you said you wasn't going to be a video vixen anymore, you should have let Jacquay know up front what was going on, so it would have been cool. And he wouldn't have heard it from third parties, like continuously hear about you doing a video with James R from third parties, because James R told Draft told James R, Bianca, and everybody else. So, anyways, Sophia the Body says to Cayenne, like, why you so upset? Why you so mad? You here with them? You with your man? You with Jacquay? You got him? So what's the deal? Like, why you so upset? And then so that's when Cayenne said, "Did you roll your eyes at me? Did you roll your eyes at me?" She was like, "Yeah, I did." And that's when Cayenne lunges at her, but there's a table. It wasn't even a whole table. It was two tables put together with a cloth over it with some merchandise on it. Well, if you want to call it merchandise, that's what Jacquay called it. And so security got in the mix, so they didn't touch each other. And Jacquay bounced with, Cayenne. They went to the movies, and Jacquay said he was a little embarrassed by the situation because, she's acting all messed up at his boys, boxing gig or whatever. So I'm like, damn, son. So then, we get a little scene where, Cayenne talking to Jacquay and talking to Mariah Lynn, basically saying that she was jumped and her jaw was wired shut for like a couple of months, like, Kanye West, because she got jumped. She was involved in some situation. Well, it seems like she has not learned from that situation, because she lunched at Sophia the Body, like ready to fight. Like, she could have just, what, I'm with my man, I got him, he's mine, bag or whatever. But you got to look at it another way too as well. It's like Sophia the Body seen him there with another woman, so why even go up to him? Why even confront him? Why even say anything to him? Just on board mission. So it was disrespectful for her to come up to Jacquay trying to confess her sorriness and wanting to try and saying that she loved. Did she say she loved him? I don't know if she did or not, but it's kind of disrespectful. But who wants to fight over, Cayenne don't got to fight over Jacquay, but I guess she felt like she was disrespected. And so you would tend to believe that she said that she's trying to learn her lesson, not get into any more beefs or any more problems like that. She just don't want no problems, but she tried to lunch at Sophia the Body. And it seems like she needs to hold back because she is a brand new mother. You can't be out here wilding like that any little situation, because now you have someone you need to be a role model for. So I was like, damn. She was like, did you roll your eyes at me? I was like, yo. So then it's like, that's too much. Like, too much to, like, how you get that mad, how you get that upset. Like, if it was me, be like, yeah, he's with me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he's leaving with me. He came with me, and you over here begging. So, you know what? I would just let you know he's taken out. So, your apologies and your want to be back with him is over. It's finito. It's done because he's with me, baby. That's how I would address the situation, but politely. But you know what? Sometimes when you do dumb shit happens to you. So when Sophia the Body seen, Jacquay with another woman, she should abort mission. So we get on to, what's her name? Juju. Juju is getting her master's degree in art production or some shit like that. And basically she got Jonathan. She has, Remy Ma sitting at the table, and basically she wants to let them know that her play is going forward, and she wants Jonathan to be her makeup artist, and Yandy is going to be in the play. Remy Ma was like, yeah, she needs to be in your play because she's very dramatic. Like, she be faking it, like Yandy be faking the funk all the time, basically. So, Remy Ma threw some shade that way at Yandy. And so, then Yandy says that she wants to go to St. Martin and do a food drive and bring all the ladies that got beef with each other there. The young ladies, which is Mariah Lynn, which is, Bianca, Dream Doll, and Brie. And so that's when Jonathan called them birds, big birds, and they, and stuff. And they're basically laughing at them like, like, what's good? So, anyways, they're gonna try to get the ladies together, have a sit down and talk and work. They hash out their beef because Remy Ma was like, I talked to Bianca, I talked to Mariah Lynn, and all they telling me is everything's good. They're focusing on their music, they're about business, but I'm hearing otherwise. So Remy Ma is gonna take it into her hands to talk to to talk to, Bianca, and talk to, Mariah Lynn, to see what's good, see what's going on with these ladies, because evidently they're lying to my face, like they don't got no drama going on, like they don't got no beef, like they're not out here in these streets fighting. And so then, we got Mariah Lynn. She meets up with Rich Dollaz, and when she meets up with Rich Dollaz, she's trying to come in sexy. She almost looks like Anais, skinny, young, blonde Anais or whatever. So she comes in, she meets up with Rich. She was like, I'm sorry for everything I did. I'm sorry I let, what's his name? She said, I'm sorry, Rich Dollaz. I'm so sorry for, how I betrayed you. I let Cisco come in and, mess with my mind, mess with this, mess with that, and all this other stuff. I'm so sorry for that. I just want to tell you that, I'm just sorry for everything, and I want us to get back to our friendship. And basically, Mariah Lynn lets us know they've been knowing each other for 7 years, and they dated for 3 years on and off. And then she was really upset that, Rich Dollaz was dating Moniece, and it was supposed to be a serious relationship, and she was in her feelings, so that's why she went to Cisco and let him tap up in that ass, and to get back at Rich. So she, boy, the things that people would do for revenge, use their body and their soul, don't make no sense. And what's up with Mariah Lynn? She looks like she dropped like 100 pounds. Mariah Lynn looks like she weighed 80 pounds. Like, I don't even know if I caught it in the slideshow, but she looks real thin, and not, as long as she's healthy, it's all good. So anyways, Rich Dollaz was like, yeah, you did this. I don't know if it ever be back to that. Blase in the third. And then Mariah Lynn was like, yo, I ran up into Brie, and she was disrespecting me, but she came into my VIP section when I was talking to Safari or whatever, and she jumped over, she lunched at me, she threw something at me. She, I want you to control your artist, tell her it's wrong, whatever. How you gonna be making money with her when she's acting like this? And I didn't do anything. So if you can drop her or tell her to stop or whatever. So Mariah Lynn is over here dry snitching, over here trying to stop Brie's bag because she knows DJ Self ain't gonna help her out, because DJ Self don't see it for her, and DJ Self didn't see it for Barty B either, and he was wrong, but I don't know if he's wrong in this case. And so then Rich Dollaz was like, yeah, if you give me that P ring or whatever, something like he said. I thought Rich was talking about to Mariah, like, if you give me that pussy, it's all good. And then they kissed, or P ring or whatever, I don't know. They kissed, and it seems like they're back on a good page. So we'll see what happens. It was like, damn, Rich done met up with her lovely. Rich ain't even thinking about Anais. What's up with that? He's acting like she disappeared. He's up here kissing Mariah Lynn on camera. Like, I thought you had, Anais back. I guess it was too much drama for you. And the punani must have not been that good, because Rich ain't stressing it at all. And if it wasn't that good, and if it was good, Rich just don't stress married women with kids. That's just him. He likes them young. He likes them not over the age of 25. but Anais did get him hot and excited, but that's all I guess it was. And so, you know, we got DJ Self, we got Safari, and we got Jacquay. They, they were up in the man cave or whatever, and basically they're dishing it towards Safari because Safari brung in, Sophia the Body to meet up with Jacquay, and basically he's in some messiness, and he's in some messiness with Dream. Him and Dream ain't, messing with each other because she gave him an ultimatum. Like, who is she to give anybody an ultimatum? She better be glad she's on this show. She better be glad DJ Self is attracted to her. She better be glad DJ Self can think he can make some money off of her, because Chucky Nightmare is a nightmare in itself. So, moving on from that, so basically they kind of like dismiss Safari because they feel like he's being messy because he got the beef with Dream. The beef that went down between Bree and Mariah Lynn. Safari was in the middle because Bree wanted to interject herself into that conversation for no reason at all. Her and Safari and Dream wasn't dating like a monogamous relationship at all. So then we get Jonathan. Jonathan meets up with his sister basically to tell his sister that, hey, listen, I suffered some traumas when I was growing up. Mom, when she sent me to the OR to pray the gay away, to get the gay away, they tortured me in there. I had laser therapy, shock treatments, shock therapy. I had to take a lie detector test or whatever. I was locked in a room for hours. A mom called me or whatever, and she said, oh, just stay there, they're gonna help you. And also Jonathan was like, yo, listen, my mom was full Catholic Dominican, and they really believe in God and in the church, and she just thought it was bad, so she wanted to send me away. Then Jonathan talks about he was bullied, and basically he wants to confront his mom about that situation. So that could be an issue why Jonathan doesn't have sex. That could be an issue why Jonathan doesn't have successful relationships, because he suffered some traumas in his past childhood and he hasn't let it go, and he hasn't talked to his mother about the situation, or probably got counseling for it. So that's probably why he always wants to latch onto and marry somebody quickly without getting to know him. And he's always wanted to jump into a marriage, because marriage is supposed to be sanctity of God or whatever. So him getting married and it's under God is a marriage, the sanctuary and all this other stuff. And so it makes him feel closer to being normal, because when he was younger he was told he wasn't normal, and he went to a country which he's from, DR. I don't know if he was born there, but he got that shock treatment, which is terrible. I don't know how these people be sending their kids away in the hands of other motherfuckers. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. But we also got to think about, it was back then. I don't know what year it was, but long time ago, it wasn't okay to be gay. And especially if you're very religious, they will lock you up. And it was considered a sin. And and I don't know, at that time, the DNS or the DNR, the books of medical mentally illness disease, being homosexual was one of the mentally illness that they put in the DNR, the DNRS book. I have the book in my room, my other room or whatever. But I think they took it out of there in the 80s or maybe in the early 70s. But so we can see why his mom felt like it was the right thing to do, which to me is the wrong thing to do. How can you send your seed away to some strangers? I'm sorry. But anyways, moving on from that, we got, who do we got? We got, Little Mo. Little Mo meets up with meets up with Carl basically to argue with him about his IG status, him having, the IG shit going on. And, Carl was like, my manager, whatever, told me I need to have it. I should do it, whatever, so I can let the fans know what's going on, what I'm doing, what I'm about, what's good, and the hood or whatever with him. So he felt like it was the right thing to do, but he said that he was going to have Little Mo manage the page, but he never told Little Mo about it, and she never knew about it, and she was blocked. So she was like, yo, you even blocked me. Like, you have to go in, you have to confirm it twice, you have to do all this stuff to block me. So, it wasn't like it was an accident or it was a mistake. So, like, yeah, I'm saying, Carl, if you felt like in the beginning that you was going to have, Little Mo, manage the page for you, so why didn't you ever tell her? Why did you just keep it a secret? And then on top of that, you blocked her. You're full of games. You're full of lying. This story sucks. Your storyline sucks. What Little Mo talking about, she's going to bounce, she's going to leave, and she can do the same thing he can do, whatever. Please miss me with that bullshit. So moving on from that, we get Remy Ma. She meets up with Mariah Lynn. She meets up with Bianca. Basically, she's trying to tell him, like, hey, listen, let's have a sit down. You guys need to stop fighting, stop whiling. What you guys have been up to. And basically, they both say the same thing: making money, booking shows, getting that bag. And basically, trying to say that they ain't in no drama. They ain't doing nothing wrong. And so she was like, yo, you know what? I think we need to have a sit down with your counterparts that you guys got beef with. Let's handle this correctly. And so then we move on to, Bree. She is shooting a video. She got none other than the badassest bitch in the world, which is Trina. She got Trina. Trina's on both shows right now. She's on Love and Hip Hop Miami, and she's doing a cameo over here on Hip Hop New York, because we know Bree and Trina are friends, because they both was on the Breakfast Club confessing that whatever. I guess Trina is her big sister, or Trina's hoeing Bree out. Who knows? But Bree is really short. I didn't notice that until I got her in the slideshow. Like, she's mad short, and she wears them big old platform heels. So, anyways, we see the baddest bitch or whatever, but then we get Rich yelling at Bree, talking about, you're doing this, you doing that, you stopping the bag, you're messing up money for me, you're messing up money for yourself. It's none of your business whether Mariah is talking to Dream Doll's boyfriend or not. Safari can talk to any woman he wants to. You can't tell that man what he can and what he cannot do. And Bree was like, yo, she was talking to my girls, my best friend's man, whatever, and if my best friend found out I didn't say nothing, we'll have problems. No, you won't. Well, if you're gonna have problems, that seems like Dream Doll or Chucky Doll is bullying you, and she has rights over you, and you feel like you gotta do something because she gonna come at you like that, like at a I don't know. It was supposed to be a concert. It was supposed to be a opening party for the UN's 33 for Snoop, but the drama is always omitted and allowed on this show, so miss me with that bullshit. So Rich was like, you can't be doing that. I need you guys to make up, blah blah blah. Bree, I need you to mind your business. I need you to stop doing what you was doing. But he's only doing that on his strength, that he's gonna get some nookie from Mariah. Rich is faulty. He's only doing it because he wants some strength from Mariah. It's too, he's going back to back because he wants that nookie from Mariah. I guess he's missing the old bones and things. You know what I mean? He ain't even thinking about Anais. So, anyways, Cayenne meets up at the studio with Mariah Lynn and Jacquay. Basically, she do the crying scene, talking about she's not down with the violence no more, but she was quickly to go to violence when she saw Sophia the body. So miss me with that bullshit. And so so we get Rich Dollars. He is doing a ribbon cutting ceremony for the new diabetes center, and he talks about the reason how he found out he had diabetes, because his mother did a quick test on him. When she did that test, his sugar was 300. And then, then he realized he had diabetes. He tried to say his mom has diabetes. And mom was like, no, I have pre-diabetes, nigga. Don't mix me up with your bullshit. I'm doing the right thing over here. And so, and then we move on from that. And so then, Rich talks about how serious it is, diabetes, and diabetes is not a weakness, and it's not a weakness to take care of yourself. Amen. And so we got DJ Self, we got Yandy there, and we have Bree there. So anyways, they get Bree in the corner, and they, size her up and let her know that she needs to go to this sit down or whatever. Bree, they record her to make sure that, she's willing to have a sit down and willing to be, ready for forgiveness. But she started off all wrong when she was like, bitches, this and that. I was like, whatever, Bree. So anyways, Bree is gonna be going to the sit down, and DJ Self agrees because Bree's kind of stopping his money. Bree's involved in beef, that which drags Chucky Doll, and it drags Mariah Lynn in, and I guess that's stopping Self's bag. So moving on from that, you see them shoes Bree had on, them shits was high. So we get Little Mo and Carl. Basically, they meet up because we get Yandy meeting up with Little Mo to introduce us to her new artist, Alex B, whoever that is. And he's 18 years old, and he's doing music. And so then we got Yandy and Little Mo meet up. Carl shows up with roses. Basically, Little Mo and Carl make up, hug and kiss, and they back to normal as usual. And so They apologize to each other, so they back together. It's normal. And so we get Jonathan. He meets up with his mom and his sister. Basically, he let his mom know, he lets his sister know that he appreciated her for helping him from the bullies, because the bullies was beating him down. I gotta say this: I have a cousin that is homosexual, and I'm from Mississippi. And when he came out, it was in the 80s, or maybe even earlier. Everybody knew, but nobody ever misjudged him. He never got mistreated. The family members didn't treat him any certain way. Like, everybody knew he was gay from Jump Street, and he even came out and said that he was gay, and still to this day never been mistreated or disrespected. My family's heavy Baptist from the South or whatever. I mean, it was never an issue. I don't know if he got bullied or not, because it was a gang of us cousins together. We all was raised together. It was at least like 30 of us, from the youngest to the oldest, and he's the eldest of the male cousins, and everybody loves him and respects him. And if he was ever bullied, there's so many of us to be there. Like, we always rode together, and our high school and middle school was mixed together, so it was a gang of us, and then plus our friends. So I don't even think he got bullied. I'm not sure, but the family welcomed him with open arms, and this is way back then. And it's never been an issue, never been a problem. And I'm talking about the South, where Jesus is everything. The holy water was thrown on you. When you got baptized in a river with your head pushed back in the water, and however long the pastor wanted to hold your head in the water, that's how long you got your head held into the water. So I'm like, damn. So I guess everybody's story is different. So anyways, Jonathan is letting his mom know about the conversion therapy and treatment. My family wouldn't even send him away. Like, nah, all of our kids got to stay together. So anyways, Jonathan lets his mom know how he was treated, how he had shock treatment, therapy, lie detector test. If he said the wrong answers, he was shocked. He was locked into the room. The hormone treatments and pills made him sick, where he couldn't move. And the mom was like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I sent you to the DR when you was 10 years old, because you got bullied and shit like that." Damn, imagine if parents would send their kids away if they got bully shit. You teach them how to fight, or you find the strongest kid in the neighborhood and you pay him some money, or you go find the strongest kids on the block, pay them some money to protect your child. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you're gonna send them to the DR and spend that cash, spend some cash with the street dudes to protect your son back then, because the gangs, probably when Jonathan was growing up, was more respectful to their elders and kind of looked out for the community too as well, especially if they was on the same block. That's just my opinion. But anyways, this is a tragic situation, and it explains Jonathan's whole transformation, him changing himself, him not loving himself, as far as him getting into the relationships that he has gotten into, and him suppressing, the hidden hatred, or the hidden animosity that he had towards his mom from sending him to DR, and her talking to him on the phone, and telling him to stay there. He's going to be good, he's going to be better. And it was worse. That got to be like your parents telling you to stay somewhere and stay captive, stay in this place where they're trying to change you and transform you, and they're using shock treatment on you, and they're locking you in rooms for 9 to 8 hours. And it was probably dark. I wonder if they fed him. And so the mom doesn't want to hear it, because she don't want to face it that she failed her son. But now her son is successful, got on a show, and he got money like that, and he's been successful as a makeup artist. Now she's proud of him, she loves him, and she couldn't ask for a better son. Like, damn, I wish she would have felt like that years ago. But sometimes people make mistakes. But if Jonathan didn't have any money, if Jonathan wasn't successful and not taking care of you, would you be like, oh, it's because he's gay? Or you have, come to accept him because he's successful? I don't know. So it's just some bullshit. Just the way, and she probably didn't mean it that way, and her English might not be that good for her to say that, I could never ask for a better son than you, but why would you send him away at 10 years old? And then never talk to him about his experience over there? I don't know. I hope this is not fake. So anyways, moving on from that, we get to the meet and greet. We get to, Bianca, Mariah Lynn. We get, Yandy, and we get Remy Ma, and then Chucky Doll, and then Brie walks in or whatever. They still, Yandy tried to be all smart and be like, we're gonna take the shoes away. We're taking the shoes away. You guys ain't gonna have your shoes. So Brie was like, so Bianca's like, I already had my shoe. I already did that. I already threw my shoe at Brie or whatever. So anyways, it's just like, okay, I'm reloaded. And so, Bree starts off and she was like, what the problem is like, you're a hater and you started this and blah, blah, blah. Like, she's going in and she's just talking about, like, I might have said some raps about you. I might have said I might have, post some shit on IG. I might have rapped about you in a song. I might have performed a song about you, whatever, Bianca, but I never did anything to you. So that's when that's when, what's her name? Remy Ma was like, stop. When you mention somebody's name on wax and you diss them on Instagram, you asking for a problem, you asking for something. So you can't get upset with how they respond, how they come at you, because you are opening the door to beef and drama. It's like, yo. And so then Bree was like, yo, I'm stopping, you interfering with my bag or whatever. And so, I want to be getting booked and stuff like this. And this is when Bianca was like, I'm getting booked, bitch. I'm getting booked. And so then that's when Yandy says, be quiet, Bianca. And then that's when Bree was like, yo, you know what, you ain't a thought, you a thought, you have sex with everybody, I got you on my text messages and all this other stuff, you sleep with this person, sleep with that person. Then Bianca couldn't handle it no more and ran towards Bree, but she wasn't able to get to her. And so there we go. That ends. But Chucky Doll, she came there, ready with them corn braids or whatever. And then is everybody copying Safari style? Seems like everybody was rocking fur this episode. Fur is in the building. Or I don't know what's the other kind of fur? Squirrel fur, rat fur. They was rocking fur. Anyways, peace and my one love.